Hello everybody, this is Danny from Deep South Homestead on porch time today. And guys, I'm not on the porch. That's the difference today. The thermometer said 111 degrees. It's too hot for me to sit on the porch in that kind of heat for that length of time. So I opted to move porch time into the studio room. I'm sorry about not having the swing there, and being on the porch, but it is what it is. It's just too hot for me to sit out here because I'm having to do this in the middle of the day, because when I got up early in the morning, I have to be in the fields at daylight and I have to be on my tractor doing stuff. We're filling in a holler behind us back here, trying to get that thing taken care of. And I've got to work on the tractor, moving debris and putting in there, trying to fill this thing in, making pasture out of it, because we need the extra land for hay and grass and stuff. So I'm not able to be on the swing today. But getting to porch time, guys, a lot of my porch times are based off of what I hear from you as a subscriber, what's going on in the economy, things like that. There's one thing I've noticed here lately is that people are making tons of comments, not just on my channel, but I look at other channels and I see what people are saying. And I'm noticing, even talking to people in general, okay? The one thing I'm running across is people have this weird sense that, I'm trying to figure out how to best say it. They have this weird sense that everything they see or hear is real. Now, there could be nothing any further from the truth. I had somebody the other day telling me, well, I don't know about if I believe like you believe, Danny, because I saw on TV something that said it was a little bit different. I watched a movie, and that movie showed that things just didn't work out like you said they'd work out. I was like, really? You know, I mean, you're going to believe a movie over facts, historical facts on top of that. And they was like, but it was in a movie, you know, and I'm like, I was just blown away. I mean, I was just like, do you people really believe that movies are real? You know, I mean, especially, and I've had some say, well, you know, your gardening techniques, I'm just not 100% sure about some of your gardening techniques, because on YouTube, I was watching this particular channel, and they told me which channel it was, and I was like, okay, well, let me go see what they got. And I went and looked at the channel, and I pulled up the video that they were talking about, and I looked, and guys, let me tell you something. Because I've done this long enough now, that editing is it's a wonderful tool to use when you're creating a video. But guys, having done so much editing, I can immediately pick up where and what the people were doing in this video, and the video was totally inaccurate. It wasn't even real, and I knew it because I could see everywhere it was clipped. I could tell, even though I saw the blends and I saw, you know, I knew that what they were doing wasn't really what you've seen. And from that, I told the person, I said, well, if you want to believe that, that's fine with me. I don't have a problem with it. It just is not the truth, and it's not real. Well, how could you tell? I told them, they said, it looks perfectly fine to me. I said, yeah, but it's in the editing. I can see how it was edited. And I can see where it was clipped and how it was put together, and I can tell you that they had problems and they were trying to correct the problems and all this kind of stuff. And they just did a good job editing. Some of these editing programs that are out there are marvelous. I mean, they literally are fantastic at creating a video that just flows. And here at Deep South Homestead, we do edit and we do use, some programs, but the thing about it is we don't try to hide things. We may cut and put some things back together, but it's only to keep you as the viewer from having to sit through a long spell of something repetitious, something that you just keep doing over and over and over. We may clip it and blend it back together and kind of shorten it up, or we may speed it up or whatever, rather than create false content. The media is the world's worst. They have some of the best editing programs for TV programs that you could even imagine. These guys are masters at what they do and make the illusions to make you think you see what you see or hear what you hear. And that's why you cannot believe everything that you see or that you hear. I flew a F-16 fighter pilot simulator and did not crash. I took a little quick course in it right ahead of time, and I flew this thing, and it was a rush. I'm not gonna lie, in my younger years I loved the rush. I flew it and flew it well. But does that mean I can fly? No. I would not fly with me, I'll tell you that for sure. But the thing about it is that there's so many gadgets and gizmos out there that can make a person look really good at what they're doing when they know absolutely nothing about what they're talking about. I watched a video the other day talking about how far things has come in the life that we live in right now. Actually, it was a religious video, to be honest with you. Very good video. Put out by Zach Bauer, as a matter of fact, a friend of mine. And he was talking about some different things there that really, just blew my mind as far as how far we've advanced with some of the knowledge and the techniques that we have in this country and in the world. Not just this country, but in the world. We was talking about end time events and, latter day things and stuff like that. But he was exactly right in some of the things that he said. A person that's never been a carpenter in their life can now go to YouTube and can Google it. There's a YouTube video out there somewhere of somebody doing what you need to do, and you can turn around knowing absolutely nothing about what you're doing. If you follow that video, you can do it, and it makes you look like you know what you're doing when really you don't. But they're very beneficial. I do the videos here on our YouTube channel. I show people how to do specific things, how to build specific things. But does that make a person, once they do it, know what they're doing? No, they could just follow the rules real well. That's all it means, if you can follow a good example. So, one of the things, just don't get too high and mighty and don't get too headstrong on believing that everything you see is real, because most of it is not. I watched a vegetable video. As a matter of fact, this is a video I've told y'all that actually got me to doing YouTube. I watched a video of a person harvesting carrots, not planting carrots, but was harvesting carrots. Me being a gardener, the instant I saw the video when it came on, I was like, wow, let me look at this one here. And when I pulled it up, I saw the bed and I was like, this ain't real. I mean, just my first glance at that bed, I knew that it was not real. And I told Wanda, I said, if that person pulls that carrot up out of the ground and it's perfectly slick and don't have any little hairs on it for roots, I said, it'll amaze me that they were willing to do that on this video and lie to people and tell them that they were harvesting carrots. And sure enough, this person pulled a carrot up out of the ground. That carrot was just as slick as it could be, just like it came from a grocery store, because the top on it had wilted just a little bit. Now, not a keen eye. It took a keen eye to see the wilt in it. But I saw the wilt, and I told her, I said, that carrot come from a grocery store with a top on it. It was just stuck in some potting soil in that bed, and made it look like they were harvesting those carrots. They were spaced too perfectly. It just things that just gave it away. The editing was real good in it. But at that time, I realized that, hey, this person never grew one of those carrots. They went to the store and bought them and brought them there and stuck them in the ground and created a video that made it look like they were harvesting their own carrots. And guys, there's just little things that you look for in these videos to realize that a lot of times what you see is not real. Now, Wanda and I we actually started to do a video and tie it in with my porch time today and I was going to show you how to do a particular thing and make it look like that I really did this, when the truth was it just was all done through editing. But I told Wanda, I says, no, I'm not going to do that. I said, because then it creates the illusion that you really aren't doing what you say you're doing if you can edit something that well. So we decided not to do it. But guys, it's out there. It's out there, and be very cautious about what you watch. Be very cautious about what you believe, because there's so much deception in the world today. Now, Scripture tells us that in end times, there will be massive deception in all areas. Not just in the fact that there will be many people claiming to be Christ's, but there will be deception in all areas of life. Be not deceived, it says. So there's lots of people out there that's going to be deceiving lots of people, and into believing that what they see is real when it's not. So, guys, that's one of the things on Porch Time today. I mean, Porch Time is not going to be nothing massive this time. It's not going to be anything deep intellectual or anything like that. It's just going to be one of these eye-openers. You know, just be careful about what you see and watch, because TV is not real. There's nothing on TV that's real. Most of it is fake. It's all done. You have to understand, let me put it this way, there are what's called gatekeepers. The gatekeepers on television make the decision about what the media shows and how they show it. And based on what the gatekeepers determine is best for the society at that time, or the direction they want to lead society in, will determine how something is edited and how it's perceived. Now, you can edit things and make it look like something completely different than what it actually is. That's like having 3 people stand out there and an automobile accident happens in front of them. You can question all 3 of them, and all 3 of them have a different account of what happened in that accident. It's all in how you perceive something. There's been tons of people, even on our channel, that have made comments, I just can't believe you did that. I am just shocked that you would do something like that on your channel. And I would ask them, I don't even know what you're talking about. What video are you talking about? Well, in this particular video here, you were insinuating this or that. And I told them, I said, I don't insinuate nothing. I will tell you what I'm thinking. If you want to read something else into it, then it's not me, it's you that has the problem. And we've had that happen on several of our videos. And people would just send us messages and tell us, well, I just can't believe that you would say something like that on your video, or that you would do this, or insinuate this type of a comment, or this type of a lifestyle or something on your videos. And I'm like, where in the world is this even coming from? The society we live in today has been programmed to think in such a manner that simple innocence is gone out the window. You know, if you're raised on a farm, I'll tell you this, you see sex every day of your life with animals, because animals are breeding almost daily on a farm. And there are certain terminologies, there are certain phrases we use I'm not going to use them right now. But if I happen to use one of them in one of my videos, people are like, oh, I can't believe you would say that on your video. And I'm like, what? They're animals. They're breeding. You know, we can use the word teats on our video, and people are like, I can't believe you said that on your video. I'm like, yeah, cows have teats, goats have teats, all female animals have teats. Some of them are milked, some of them are not. What's the big deal? We have become so politically correct that we have to watch every word that flows out of our mouth because someone has been taught to believe that it's either wrong because it's sexist, it's either wrong because it's racist, it's wrong because it's not kosher, it's not correct, it's hate speech, it's this, it's that. Guys, the media and the TV has made us believe things that we've seen and heard that really is not real. They've read all this stuff into our language, into the way we talk to make us think and believe a certain way. And they have created this new generation of people that try to read the words that come out of your mouth and try to make them into something that they're not. So be careful with what you hear and what you see from TV, from YouTube, from the media, from all these avenues of information that's coming in. The information highway every day is getting larger and larger and larger, and we're taking in more and more and more into our brains. And some people's brains cannot comprehend as much as other people's brains do. Not to say that you're any less intellectual than they are. It's just that some people have greater capacities to deal with things than other people do. It's generics. It's our DNA. It's how we're made. You know, if everybody had the same ability to make money, then everybody would be rich and there'd be no poor people. I mean, you know, so we have to understand that we're not all the same. We don't think the same. We don't see the same. We have different ways. That's what makes us so unique and individuals. Is we're just who we are. Nobody is created like somebody else is. This old adage that everybody is created equal, that's not true. We're not created equal. We're made equal. We come into this world as equals, but as we grow up, some of us become more knowledgeable than others. Some of us become more successful than others. So therefore, we are not equal as we grow up. We all have the same capacity to learn. We all have 24 hours in a day to do what we do. It's all in how you use that 24 hours in your life to determine who you will be, what you will be, how wealthy you will be, how poor you will be. Guys, be careful. TV and the media and YouTube has fixed it so that people think completely different than the way they should be thinking. Guys, the Bible says we are fearfully and wonderfully made. That's what David said. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. You know what? There's only one of me. Thank God. You know, a lot of people go, oh my God, yes, thank God there's only one of him. But you know what? I am who I am. I am unique. I am Danny. There's only one of me. God knew what he was doing when he made me. I'm not going to try to change who I am because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And guys, so are you. Never look down on yourself. You are just as good as anybody else. That's somebody asked me one day on the job we were working on. They said, well, my truck's broke down. I said, I guess I'm going to have to take it to the shop. And it was a relatively simple fix. I told them, I said, well, why do you want to take it to the shop? I said, why don't you just fix it yourself? And they go, well, I've got to take it to a mechanic. I said, why? You can fix it yourself. No, a mechanic has to fix it. I said, then you're saying the mechanic is smarter than you are? Well, no, he's not smarter than I am, but he's a mechanic. I said, no, you're saying that the mechanic is literally smarter than you are. And this person stopped and thought for a minute, and they said, I've never looked at it like that. I said, yes. I said, my mentality in life as a human being is, I'm the smartest person I know. I'm not conceited. I just know that if I put my mind to it, I can do anything I put my mind to. The wisdom is out there, the knowledge is out there with this information highway that we have. If I really want to do it, I can do it. Now there are things I choose not to do. Like some of the things on my truck, even though I went to school to be a mechanic, there's lots of things on my truck I choose not to do because I don't want to go buy the expensive tools to fix something with. It's cheaper for me just to take it to the shop and tell the guy, fix it. I mean, I know what it needs doing, but I'm not going to go spend thousands of dollars for tools to fix something that I can go to a shop and have fixed for a couple $100. That's foolishness. But the guy fixing it is not smarter than I am. He just has the right equipment. So never look down on yourself. Always be positive. Always realize that you can do anything you set your mind to do. But the media and TV and the news, or however you want to call it, wants to make you believe that you can't. That you need the government. You need somebody else to help you do this because you're not smart enough. You can't can that food. How do you know it's safe? Only the USDA knows it's something safe. Only the Safety, what is that? The Safety and Modernization Food Act or whatever it is. Only those people know when something's safe. Only the health department can come in and look at something and know if it's safe. No, guys, let me tell you something. Our forefathers lived for generations. They knew when something was bad. They knew when something was good. They knew the secrets, the techniques, and everything that they needed was right there at their fingertips, and it was a learned knowledge. And let me tell you something. Today, yes, our country has been dumbed down. A lot of the things that we've known over the generations has been lost because we were told we weren't smart enough. So let me tell you something. Just because the TV and the news says that you can't do something, don't believe it. You're just as smart as anybody else on the face of this earth. You can do anything you put your mind to. And if you don't get anything else out of Porch Time today, I hope it's this: that you are a great person. Don't believe what other people say. Do what you believe to be the best, and do your best at it. Because the Bible plainly teaches there's nothing better than that a man should enjoy the fruits of his labor. Guys, I hope Porch Time has been inspirational to you today, uplifting, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend and week, whatever it is, whatever time it is that you're listening to this. Some people wait till the weekend to listen. Some people wait till Tuesday morning to listen. Some people wait till Wednesday morning to listen. But whatever day of the week it is that you're listening to Porch Time on, I hope you have a blessed day and that you're able to accomplish a lot and that you have a very positive attitude about yourself today. Thank you from Deep South Homestead.